is what you do in New England. Like, when October comes, you go and get pumpkins.
This is my wife, Amanda. We met in 2016. And I remember the first thing she told me in the first week after we met.
Yeah, so it's a long story, I guess. We'll try to condense it. So when I was 18, I was in college, and I was having hot flashes while I was sitting in class. So I went and had some blood work done at the recommendation of the nurse at the school, and basically my initial blood work showed that my hormone levels indicated that back then it was called premature ovarian failure, which basically at the time I was told it's like a 0 to 2% chance I could get pregnant on my own based on if that's what I have, or if I use someone else's eggs but still try to carry, it'd be like a 50 to 60% chance.
So yeah, at that time I was not bothered at the possibility of not being able to have a family. We continued dating for the next 7 years. In the 7 years, we had so much fun traveling together. Walk with me. What do you think of the garden so far? We are here in Murphy, our favorite place. We are out here, I think this is Lakeland. We brought Amanda's parents out here to come and check out the place. It's an orange grove. We are here at Pike Place Market, and we are hoping to get some coffee and try. Then we got dogs. We traveled with the dogs to most places we went to. Then 7 years into dating, I proposed to Amanda. A week after I proposed to Amanda, she said to me, if you want to have kids, we should probably try now.
You know, for a long time I didn't care about having kids. I've never really been someone who was like, oh, I need to get married, I need to have kids, whatever. I'd be fine if I didn't have kids, essentially. But you know, fast forward many years, I met Derek, and then, you know, he really does want a child, and now that I'm with him and we're getting married and we're serious, I do want to have a child with him. So basically that has now taken us down a journey of trying to see if I can get pregnant on my own, if what they told me when I was 18 is still correct, all that shabazz. So long story short, I did more testing recently, and basically that is the case. It's not completely impossible for me to get pregnant. They actually call what I have now something different. The acronym is POI, and I forget what it stands for, but basically they changed the terminology instead of saying the word failure in it, because technically people who have what I have can get pregnant. Like, I've seen stories where people tried for 8 years and then all of a sudden got pregnant on their own. So it's still likely to happen, and because of that, and because we're getting older, I'm 37, Derek's 41.
41. Getting old.
So we decided that we are going to try using Derek's sperm, which we tested, and he's still okay, with an egg donor so that I can still carry the baby myself. And we had to go through a whole process, all kinds of tests up to this point to basically get to the point of now we have access to an egg donor site where we can pick the egg donor that we think we want to try to create the embryos that are going to go inside me. So
Right. So, here's how the process went. Amanda called this company, who linked us up with an egg donor. After all the genetic pre-screening, they gave us a portal to choose our donor from.
So right now we're going through the egg donor site. Basically, the first thing it asks you is like basics like race, like hair color, eye color, year of education, height. It asks you a couple things like that, and then basically then it whittles down like options to look at, and then once you have full access, you can see. Mostly the people post baby photos, but then they post a few of like what they look like now, so you can see their pictures. There's a full profile on them that goes into like all kinds of detail about their family history, you know, any diseases, anything from their genetic report. all kinds of stuff, medical history, what their motivations are, what they do for work, all that stuff. So basically, Derek and I are going through each one. We had, I think, a total of like 18 came up, but that's because I expanded the options. Technically, we really had like 10 if we were to choose all the first initial things we really want. So we're going through those, favoriting the ones that we think that we want to pursue, and then we're going to probably go back and look at them another time, and then hopefully whittle it down to one person to start with.
What are the criteria that are important to you?
I mean, I'm not focusing too much on like hair color and eye color and stuff, because I feel like, it's going to be mixed with Derek, who's black, and, so I feel like that stuff, like, no matter what, is going to come out, a little bit different. I mean, I do want them to be Caucasian and not have, not necessarily any Asian or Hispanic descent, just because neither of us have any of that in us. But, we're trying to look for people who might have similar ethnicities. Like, I have a lot of German and French and some Irish and stuff in me. But it doesn't have to be exact. And then we would like someone who's like, motivated, who is in school now or is going to school, like some of the same things that we like. Like, I was very athletic growing up and loved to play sports and stuff like that. So I guess those would be some of the things that we're looking at.
For me, things I'm looking at the most is potential health conditions. That's important, because Amanda and I, we're very active, and we live what's the word? We live an amazing life. We like to get out and go out and whatever.
Adventurous.
Huh? Oh, we're adventurous, yes. So someone that has a good health history, even their family that has a good health history, that's what I'm looking for, number one, because I want to minimize our child to have less of those risks. And number two, I'm looking for education level is important to me, because I'm trying to measure the level of commitment that person has, so. And I guess that's gonna measure the level of motivation that they have. So I'm hoping that can be transferred to our child. So that's what I'm looking at. After discussing what we were looking for in a donor, we logged into the egg donor portal
play tennis and watch
to sift
football.
Through the suitable
She
donors.
played the flute. Ooh, she liked a lot of classical and country music. She likes math, science, writing. Not as much with art and music. She's a problem solver with all of her toys as a kid. She's motivated, strong-willed, and compassionate. Empathy.
Okay.
Open-minded.
What's the education level?
She's completed some college but hasn't graduated. She was doing accounting.
Okay.
She really likes math and science. She is an accountant supervisor currently. Keep her on the list.
Yeah, keep on my list.
Okay. And
You didn't see that one before?
where's Lithuania?
Lithuania near Russia.
She's pretty.
Just to add
Which
a
one is
little bit
that?
of context to what we're sorting through,
This one?
I don't know.
imagine a dating profile, but except the profile runs you through an extensive list, which includes how the donor looked like as a child, how many siblings they have, if their parents are alive, and what their health condition is like. If anybody in the family died and what they died from. Then the list brings you down to their interest and what their passions are, their education level, what their current profession is, and what the level what level in their career they are on.
You think it's weird she's Lithuanian?
Huh?
You think it's weird she's Lithuanian?
No, I don't think it's weird. Russians, Lithuanians, the closely related to you.
I don't think Russian and German are the same.
They're not the same, but
Jesus. I'm trying to figure out why she didn't come up. Say she only completed trade school.
trade school. I mean, that's we're skipping a lot of shit, babe.
No, I'm going down to this part. So she went to school for cosmetology. But she
Cosmetology.
wants to go back for forensics, which is what I love. She's really into art and science. Currently, she's a nanny, and she was a server before that. So she really didn't do much for school.
She didn't do much for school.
Mm-mm.
Yikes.
But she loves Mexican and Italian. Those are my favorites.
I mean,
I don't know. She's not terrible.
she's not.
This is gonna be hard to choose.
It was a lot of information to read through every potential donor, but slowly and surely we bounced ideas off of each other as we read through every
She
donor.
has depression. She has anxiety, and she has ADD.
She has ADD. Wow.
She got a lot going on.
Is she on our favorite? That one?
No, I didn't favor her.
Okay.
This one didn't come up before because she was only completed high school. She's got Irish, Italian, and Polish. Parents. She's sewing and crocheting.
What's
Teach
that?
herself to be extroverted. As a child, I was very shy, so my ability to teach myself to be more outgoing and social with others through my young adult and adult life is a proud accomplishment. Her favorite sport is dance. She likes country, pop, and rock. Good with math and science and art.
Her math level is like high and science is high. Art is high.
Those are kind of mine. Those are my three top two, I would say, too. I would say I'd probably choose all the same things she chose
Yeah.
in those areas. You
Yeah.
can show them, no?
No.
Why? It's just showing this. It's not that big of a deal. Personality. She wrote a lot.
She what?
She wrote a lot.
Yeah. She wants to be known.
I'm a realist. I'm the same way. She says, I do often look at the world in situations through a glass half full mentality. However, I do still prepare for the worst just in case. That's how I am too. She's an empathetic person, strives to help others. My friends and family would describe me as stubborn, as well as creative.
What's her birthday? Do you have? We'll find out.
She's most proud of her work ethic. Even though she described herself as empathetic, she did say one thing she'd like to improve on is her empathy. I've never been a shoulder to cry in. This is kind of like me. Creative, caring, and giving. Her favorite movie is Dirty Dancing. That's a good one. She loves sweets. She completed her bachelor's in dental hygiene.
She's a bachelor's in dental hygiene.
Yeah, so she's a dental hygienist since 2020. Well, she's even right after graduation, she basically started doing dental stuff. She even volunteered doing dental stuff. Damn, she wrote all this about why she wants to be.
She's compassionate.
Holy smokes.
So she's ambitious and very compassionate at the same time. I think I like her.
I must say I was pleasantly surprised at no matter how tedious this process was, we diligently ran through it, cross-referencing with what we were looking for in our criteria. And then we narrowed it down to 3 donors.
When was she born? What star sign is she?
I don't know, she's 30.
It doesn't say what a star sign.
No, it doesn't tell you that. It's funny because I had 4 favorites to start, and even though we added some, we must have removed some because now we only have 3. So we only have 3 to look at after dinner.
Okay.
You think we're gonna choose it today?
I hope so.
Okay. You ready for all this?
Yeah.